Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Doordash Revolution. Smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, share this video, leave comments down below. I would like to talk about for a subject today, Doordash suspends operation through Saturday. Where I got this information from is from 13 on your side, ABC, severe weather. Doordash says that the exact time and duration of each suspension will vary by city. And the author is, like I said, where I got this information from this article, 13 on your side, staff, published at 3:22 p.m. December the 22nd, 2022. And they're going to constantly keep evaluating the situation. They're going to keep monitoring the situation, and they're also going to keep us updated on what's going on in that area. It's in the Michigan area, ladies and gentlemen. You can go and look it up right there. Okay, so I'm trying to keep all this sunlight from coming in. That's the reason why I'm posted up like this. In our area, those that watch this channel that's from this area that I'm from, the city that I'm from, the Mid-South area that I'm from, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi area, and in rural towns and small cities like Como and Red Banks, everything like that, that's way out in the sticks, as they say. Those conditions were real serious. We was looking at temperatures being 1 degree Fahrenheit, minus 15 degrees, wind chill factor and all of that. And the temperature's supposed to go up today probably around 17 degrees. All right, back to our subject at hand. We have to be mindful of severe weather conditions. We have to be mindful. Hold on, let me take a pause right quick. We back. Apologize for that brief pause of station identification. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Doordash has announced Thursday it has activated the severe weather protocol and suspended operations across Michigan and Indiana. Doordash will suspend all operation in the following areas from Thursday until at least Saturday, December the 24th, 2022. We talked about Grand Rapids, Michigan, Transverse City, Michigan, Benton Harbor, Michigan, and Kalamazoo, Michigan. But this could happen anywhere at any given time, depending on the conditions that we may have in the up and coming weeks and the up and coming months, how it will be affecting us, the winter weather conditions. That's something that we got to consider. That's something we got to think about, and that's something we got to plan for. So don't do like some drivers that I know did. They went out there anyway. Let me pause for a second. And they wind up having automobile accidents. We had several of them had automobile accidents this morning. You know, we're looking at this 8:58 now. We're talking about 3 to 4 hours ago. You know, all money is not good money, people. I know that we got to pay our bills. I know that we got to get out here and make our hustle. And I know times are tough, times is hard. I know in some days are bad days to where you didn't make enough money off of the Doordash platform or even multi-app. You made more than probably on the Doordash platform, single app. And you're trying to make a comeback. You're trying to say, I got to make this comeback for the week. I need to make $300 plus today. I need to make $300 plus tomorrow. I need to make $300 plus just before the day of Christmas and all of that. Now, be mindful that we got to consider our families as well. And we wind up being in a fatality in an automobile accident, God forbids. And then what can we do then to give a gift to our family members and everything? We talk about and we complain so much about wear and tear on the vehicles, the miles and stuff. And that's really overrated. It's true, but it's overrated because it's overrated so much that we don't even consider our health. We don't even consider our safety. We so thirsty for this money. Back in the day, we used to call it money hungry. You know, you're just money hungry. But now they use the term thirsty. So thirsty trying to get that $50 an hour, $100 an hour. And that's because of the pandemic fever that we had, getting all that good money. Well, The pandemic fever should be over with now. We should understand that we got to adjust to making a realistic income in this business. Now, there's other cities, major cities, that you can make that kind of money still, multi-app. But in other cities, we can't reach them goals, And then we got certain content creators like Dino, been complaining and talking about the cost of living. Well, the cost of living was already here before these gigs apps started. The cost of living was already here when we was doing W-2. The cost of living was already here when I was in 1983 and minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. We knew how to make ends meet then, so how come we don't know how to make ends meet now? So he's talking about base pay should be, which I agree. Base pay should be higher. And what I disagree about certain areas, I understand the cost of living is higher in certain areas. Like I said, once again, that's been like that since I've been knowing about it in '83, once I started working and everything like that. And minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. Cost of living was high in those areas then. Okay, so we got to be mindful of what information we trying to put out there, who we trying to debate against, and what content creators we trying to discredit about their experience that they have in their market. It's just like playing spades, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get a good hand all the time, but you got to know how to make the best out that hand that's been dealt to you. And that's what we got to do. Complaining about it, whining about it, not going to solve any problems. Because we got areas, rural areas, where people come in 2 hours, 3 hours away to come to this area and try to make some money. And they can't lose when they get here. You understand what I'm saying? And there are certain jobs in our area paying $25 an hour. So that's what I'm talking about. Whatever statistics that you got Googling, you didn't get all your facts straight, man. You need to get, if you've never been in these areas and never lived in these areas for 1 year to 2 years to 3 years, really what you were saying was irrelevant because you didn't have all the facts. You had the partial facts. Now I'm finna leave that alone. Let's get back to what I'm talking about right now, the weather conditions that we need to be paying attention to in the up and coming weeks and in the up and coming months that might affect the way we make money. A lot of drivers already realizing that we're not making that money this year, this holiday season, like last year. Pandemic once again, ladies and gentlemen. Pandemic once again. And we're not making that money like we was during the pandemic. Now, we got the slowest months of next year, 2023, is up and coming around the corner. Okay, January and February. Larger cities, metropolitan cities might not be as effective as those that's in smaller metropolitan markets. Okay, now you got to figure out and plan for how I'm going to keep having income coming in. They have to get a part-time job. I don't know. You may know how to make the right decisions in surviving through January and February. I was in a no-tip zone, which is Olive Branch. This year, during January and February, it almost sent me to the what they said, to the poorhouse. So I had to change my strategy, going to a different zone where I can maximize my earnings and stay in this business here. And that's what you got to do. You got to change with the change. You got to adapt with it. You got to change with it. And it's your decision making. True enough, it's market dependent, but it's also decision making. And newsflash, I'm not the content creators that was talking about rainbows and unicorns. I will be coming with up and coming episodes pointing out who they were. And you guys didn't address them then. You just addressing us because you don't like us and you don't like our message. Guess what? Nobody tells me how to write my narrative. Because this is my story, my experience, and a lot of people can relate to it. Peace, take care. This is a message from the Doordash Revolution as I do my reviews.